Who'd have guessed that open world games would not only get bigger than ever, but better than ever too? Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be looking over another top 10 open world video games.
Thought people were friendly outside the city.
You can only go so far on the kindness of strangers.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we've collected together a mix of recent additions to the open world genre, as well as some of those that just missed the cut last time. If there were any potential games you felt we missed out on, we highly recommend checking out our first list to see more.
We need to learn to play nice with these guys if we're going to try and coexist together.
Number 10, Assassin's Creed 2.
We were just talking about you. I'm surprised to see you here.
The Italian Renaissance, a time of art, culture, and murder. Thanks once again to the power of the Animus, we follow Ezio Auditore on his journey to become a master assassin, avenge the deaths of his family, and uncover the secrets behind the Order of the Templars. Considered the point at which this franchise accelerated and became a mainstay in the gaming community, Assassin's Creed 2 provides what we guess must be relatively realistic recreations of 15th century Florence, Forlì, and Venice, with tons of sights to see along with assassination quests to undertake. It's a blast or a wrist blade from the past.
Insieme per la vittoria! Insieme!
Number 9, SpiderMan 2.
Fate handed me amazing powers, and I made a promise to use those powers to help people. With great power comes great responsibility.
There have been a pretty good number of games that allowed us to put on the tights for one of our favorite superheroes, but the first and arguably best game to give us a good web-slinging experience around New York is the tie-in game to 2004's Spider-Man 2 movie. Not only were we able to experience the thrill of zipping through New York, but we were also able to help out everyday citizens in need from such calamities as car theft, shootouts, medical emergencies, and of course, lost balloons.
Be good now. Thanks, Spidey.
Number 8, Fallout 4. When you think of all the enjoyment you can get out of a post-apocalyptic world, the Fallout series has all sides covered, and the jam-packed Fallout 4 is definitely no exception. Set this time in and around the ruins of Boston, this land has not only fallen victim to some of the wasteland's worst, but is also the center of a secret organization known as the Institute.
Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Not only were we given a plethora of intricate and insane quests to undertake, but we were also treated to plenty of secrets to discover, monsters to kill, and even the opportunity to customize our own settlements.
You lose your owner, buddy?
Okay then, let's stick together.
Number 7, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Not all comforts are bad.
Comforts are weakness.
Speaking of post-apocalyptic worlds, here we have yet another, this time filled with robotic dinosaurs of all things. A technological marvel for the PS4, Horizon's beautiful world is supplemented by its fantastic beast design and intriguing characters. There's nothing quite like exploring the depths of the ruined world below to find out what happened, only to come to the surface and take on a mechanical T-Rex that shoots lasers and missiles at you. Its story may have a few flaws, but with a fantastic performance by Ashley Birch as protagonist Aloy, Horizon is guaranteed to keep you captivated from start to finish.
You'll be the one surprised tomorrow, outcast. Not me.
Oh, are you gonna shut your mouth? Because that would be a surprise.
Number 6, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
Sorry. Guess I've been away a while.
Having an open-world Metal Gear game may have sounded like an insane concept a few years ago, but this title not only managed to take the series to an all-time high, but also set a new standard for stealth action games in general. After waking up from a 9-year coma, you return as the legendary soldier Big Boss to exact revenge and rebuild your army, the Diamond Dogs.
Damn it! This is our home. How can we let this happen?
With both the desert regions of Afghanistan and the jungle forests of Africa filled to the brim with missions, you'll be gunning, sneaking, and extracting dudes with balloons for hours. Number 5, Shadow of the Colossus. This atmospheric adventure game, in which you play as a young man on his quest to resurrect his dead girlfriend, has become a frequent example of video game artistry. Much of that comes from the depiction of the mysterious forgotten lands that you must ride across. Unlike the other entries on this list, this world is not packed with NPCs for you to interact with. Instead, your character has to search over these inhospitable lands to seek out and face each of the 16 majestic creatures known as Colossi. Each of these titans is more awe-inspiring than the last, but taking each one down will make you question your morals. Number 4, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Whoa, man. I never thought I'd see that.
LA-inspired suburbs, street gangs, and more NWA nods than you can keep track of, Rockstar's third 3D open-world title is legendary in the world of video games. This installment of the popular open-world series puts players in the role of former gang member CJ, who returns home to find out who murdered his mother, only to get dragged back into the dangerous life of crime after being blackmailed by a pair of crooked cops.
I'm clean. Legit. Nah, you ain't never been clean, Carl.
Of course, if you're not one for following the engaging story, going on a destructive rampage in this game is obviously just as fun, but you probably just had to close your bedroom door so your parents couldn't hear it. Better in a game than in real life, am I right? Number 3, The Elder Scrolls 3: Morrowind. We're sure that many of you have sunk countless hours into this franchise, no doubt primarily between the green hills of Cyrodiil and the frosty peaks of Skyrim, but only a fortunate few got to trek through the ashlands of Vardenfell.
Do you want something from me?
Greetings.
Morrowind was a title that predated many of the conventions we now associate with open-world games. Things like fast travel and easy-to-follow map markers were non-existent here, save for a few boats and giant bugs, but whatever. This lack of hand-holding forced you into an intimacy with the strange island you were exploring, meaning you observed the landscape in an organic way as you marched from town to town, reading signposts and dodging wildlife in an unforgettable world.
This is where they want you. Head down to the dock and I'll show you to the census office.
Number 2, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
You have been asleep for the past 100 years.
Even though Nintendo has been making video games for almost 4 decades, it's hard to believe that not only was this their first attempt at an open-world game, but it turned out to be this good too. Breath of the Wild's biggest draw is its non-linear design, as once you finish the starting area, the player is literally free to explore wherever they want to go. No one way is the right or wrong way, and the game rarely holds the player's hand, leaving to them to figure out what they should do. Few games offer as much freedom as Breath of the Wild does, and if this is Nintendo's first open-world game, imagine what the future holds when they release their next one in, like, 38 years.
But this is how things had to happen. No one need carry blame.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
That's the one. Excellent work. On we go.
Number 1, The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt.
Ciri.
Wonderful. Who wouldn't want to meet the ladies? My companion comes with me.
Video games and fantasy worlds have been a match made in heaven for many years, and we were left in awe at the level of adventure and visual wonder that is Wild Hunt. As CD Projekt Red's supposedly last run with Geralt of Rivia, we're treated to an epic tale of magic, monsters, and so much more. Everywhere from the blood-soaked lands of Velen to the rocky islands of Skellige are teeming with something new for you to discover.
Force me to come with you? Go ahead, try.
But what only just pushes it ahead of Breath of the Wild was CD Projekt Red's frequent support for the game, both with plenty of free DLC, but also paid expansions that stand up to other full-priced games on their own. Seriously, go play Blood and Wine. It's awesome.
Thank you for this, noble whoever you are. Long be your life.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.